Prose, you can write. Prose, he can write. Prose, even I can write. But God writes poetry through you, through him, and even through me. Poetry is the shortcut to reach the subtle but tangible goal of goals, delight infinite. A poem starts in streaming tears and ends in soaring smiles. The poet beckons tomorrow's dream dawn and then transforms tomorrow's dream dawn into today's reality day. It is a deplorable mistake we make when we try to understand a poem. A poem is not to be understood. A poem is to be felt. A poem is to be loved. To try to understand poetry is like touching a rose with innumerable thorns. To try to feel poetry is to lovingly hold the rose without a single thorn. And to love poetry is to grow immediately into the beauty and fragrance of the rose itself. The soul of the poet creates, the heart of the poet originates, the eyes of the poet initiates. Inside each human being, there is a poet. This poet can bring down the loftiest heights and at the same loftiest heights of truth, and at the same time can powerfully eclipse the darkest falsehood if and when necessity demands. Poetry whispers. Oh, my friends, oh, my admirers, oh, my adorers, oh, my lovers, my feelings are genuine facts. My feelings are absolute truths. Poetry whispers, "Oh, my friends, oh, my admirers, adorers, and lovers." My meters, metrical movements, processes. My children, iambus, trochee, anapist, spondy, amphibrach, amphimeces, these sweet children of mine can measure the measureless lengths, measureless heights, and measureless depth. Let us embark on infinity's voyage with my children, sweet children. When we write a poem or read a poem self-givingly with what we have and what we are, we spend a quiet moment with God, the beauty, with God, the compassion, with God, the satisfaction. I am a poet. I started composing, writing poems right from my infancy. Before I write a soulful, powerful, and significant poem, I concentrate with my vision eye. I meditate with my liberation heart, and I contemplate with my realization soul. And then I focus my life camera on God's transcendental divinity and God's universal beauty. After I've written the poem to my satisfaction, I soar. My poetry, poem bird soars high, higher, highest, to my extreme surprise. The absolute poet supreme tells me that he had prepaid my ticket to reach the highest heights of boundless ecstasy. When I read a poem in absolute silence, the soul of the poem tells me, come in, come in. Ah, you have come to see the real in me, to see the real me. There are poets, ordinary poets, great poets, and again, there are seer poets. These poets are of supreme heights and of supreme reality. Seer poet. A seer is he who envisions the present, the past, and the future all at once. The great difference between music and poetry is this. Music is a universal language. I do not have to learn a particular language in order to appreciate the melody or the soulfulness, rather qualities of the music, that particular language. Just because music has a universal appeal, I can appreciate, admire, and adore, and love the music. A seer poet, seer in Sanskrit use the term drashta, he who has the free access to the wealth, treasures, to future, and he who has the capacity to bring forward the past golden dawns, and he who has the capacity to grow and glow in the present realities. So the past, present, future poetry can bring into our day-to-day life and give us ample satisfaction. We do not have to enter into the past. We do not have to enter into the future. We do not have to look around what is happening. But poetry can do it easily for us, if we happen to be seer poets. It is said that poets are born and not made. Unfortunately, I do not and cannot subscribe to this view. There are many poets I've seen in my lifetime who were not born as poets, but by virtue of their hearts, climbing cries, and one-pointed dedication, dedicated lives, they have become excellent poets. So, as it is true, poets are born, even so it is equally true that poets can be made. Now, here in the audience, I am sure there are some who are not poets, but at the same time have a longing, genuine desire to become poets. To them I used to offer a few humble and soulful suggestions. You want to be a poet. You can be a poet. You are bound to be a poet. Do not allow yourself to be ensnared by doubts, self-criticism. No. Self-enthusiasm. Yes. Try to free your mind for a few minutes from the coil of thought. Just for a few minutes, try to keep your mind silent. I'm not saying for a few hours, far from it, just for 4 or 5 minutes, keep your mind silent. And then this silent mind, place it in the throne, beautiful throne, illumining and fulfilling throne that your heart has created. It is inside your heart, this throne. And your heart is welcoming you to sit with your calm mind to sit on the throne of beauty, purity, and divinity which the heart has created for you. You write a poem and then read it time and again, as many times you want to. But each time you read, you try to increase your heart's joy. With your imaginative power. Imagination is a world of its own. It is as real as the reality that you see all around. So increase your joy every time you've read your poem. Take the poem as a whole. Appreciate it, admire it to your heart's content. Think of the Creator. Creator has created this creation. He has created, He is observing His creation, and He is enjoying His creation. Exactly the same way you create a poem, observe it, and enjoy it. You are the creator, you are the observer, and you are the enjoyer. There are critics here, there, and everywhere. You must not hear the chorus of impossible critics. Critics, it is said, are the failures in the world of poetry. There is considerable truth in it. Not through criticism that you can perfect others. Needless to say, not through self-criticism that you can produce better poetry. So self-criticism is not the correct way, but through proper inner cries through self-searching, self-illumining attitude that we can arrive at perfection. So if we want to perfect our poems, it is we should dive deep within to bring to the fore more illumining aspiration cries. What we need at every moment is enthusiasm in measureless measure and not criticism by others or self-criticism. Poetry is humanity's aspiration cry, and poetry is divinity's satisfaction fruit. There are many, many planes of consciousness from here. Poems can descend. And again, the poet also can climb up like a bird, high, higher, highest, and enter into these planes of consciousness and bring down the loftiest truths, light, and delight. A poet can write a poem from the mind proper. He can write a poem from the intuitive mind. He can write a poem from the higher mind. He can write poems even from the over mind. Even higher. From the over mind, he can bring down divinity and reality. And offer them to mankind. But when a poet enters into Shod, Chit, Ananda consciousness, existence, consciousness and bliss, which is higher than all the planes that I have mentioned, mind, intuitive mind, higher mind, over mind, super mind. The poet feels that he has covered the longest possible distance. It is like making the longest telephone call. But once he reaches this highest plane of consciousness, he sees the Poet Supreme, absolute Lord Poet Supreme, standing before him and tells him, "My poet child, you are mistaken, completely mistaken. once you reach the highest, once you become one with the highest, your journey start and the highest are not at two different places. So, it is not the longest telephone conversation, telephone call. You can call it a local call or next door call. On the strength of your heart's immense cry, you as a poet have reached the ultimate heights. Once you reach the ultimate height, the journey's start and the journey's close become inseparably one. And here, my poet child, I want you to sing with me. I barter nothing with time and deeds. My cosmic play is done. The one transcendental I was, the many universal I am.
Flyg vidare, mitt hjärtas fågel. Se ej tillbaka. Vad den världen ger är tomt. Lyssna, Moder Kali kallar mig. Följeslagerskan i min dröm, Moder Kali kallar mig. Rymden, vinden, stjärnorna och månen kallar mig. Morgonsolen och fullmånenatten kallar mig. Jag ska gå in i ditt hjärtas stad. In i den mest avlägsna staden bortom allt. Månen och solen på himlen spelar sina ljusflöjter i mitt hjärta. En ny rymd, en ny vind väcker inom mig gränslösa tankar. Hela dagen och natten ska jag se dig, ta emot dig i allas hjärta. Moder, jag ska gå in i ditt hjärtas stad. Min tid rinner förbi. Min tid rinner förbi. O, var är du, mitt livs sista lek? Så snabbt som Ganges flöden väller fram har jag arbetat på min förvandlingsbild. Bortom ord och tankar, i strömmen av evigt flödande ljus, sjunker mitt hjärta. 1000 dörrar, stängda i sekler, står vidöppna idag. När vi sitter vid foten av trädet skyddar det oss med kärlek. Den som är verkligt stor ger bort allt han äger och är till för andra. Siare och yogis lämnar sina hem och går och sätter sig vid trädens fot. I träden finner de sina sanna vänner. Vi ska älska alla människor i ljusets värld, så som trädet älskar oss.
I shall read out the Bengali original first and then the translation in English. Sobar prane সুগোপনে থাকো, নিত্য নূতন তোমার ছবি আঁকো, জ্যোতি দিয়ে ধরার গেহ ঢাকো, মানব হিয়ায় অসীম ক্ষুধা রাখো। In secrecy supreme, you dwell in each heart and paint yourself in ever new and ever bright colors. You cover the body of the world with your vision light, and you awaken the eternal hunger in the depth of all human hearts. রূপার তরণী বাহিয়া ওই আসে ওই চাঁদিয়া, আকাশ জুড়িয়া মধুর গীতিকা, বিহঙ্গ যায় সুদূরের পানে, আশাগুলি উড়ে চলে দিশা ভুলি, বেলা গেল আয় ধীরে নামিয়া। Sailing the boat of silver light, the moon beauty is fast approaching me. The sky is vibrating with sweet and melodious songs. The birds are flying beyond the horizon to an unknown land. All my hopes are flying without any destination. Slowly my life's evening sets in. কি যেন ফেলেছি কোথায় না জানি হারায়ে, তা যে থাকে চির আখির আড়ালে পালায়ে। বহু যুগ হতে লুকোচুরি খেলা খেলে শেষ স্মৃতিটুকু আজিও পড়েনি ঢেলে। It seems that I have lost something somewhere. My eyes are pining for it. My heart is pining for it. But it is all hidden. From time immemorial, you have been playing hide and seek with me. This much I can recollect. That's all. ওগো আমার মনের বনের নীল পাখি, নয়ন মুদি নিত্য তোমার রূপ আঁকি। সীমার মাঝে দৃষ্টি তোমার অসীম লাগে কানে, স্পৃহা তোমার স্বর্গে মরেতে আলোর সেতু বাঁধে। যাত্রা শেষে পাবো তোমার পূর্ণ পরিচয়, সেদিন হবে তোমার আমার অপূর্ব বিজয়। Oh, bluebird of my mind forest, I close my eyes and draw your beauty. Inside the finite, your vision cries for the infinite. Your aspiration builds a bridge between earth and heaven. At the end of my life's journey, I shall know who you truly are. And at that time, your victory and my victory, our joint victory, will have no parallel. নাহি হেরি কোনো কুল, তবু যে আমার খুঁজিবার তৃষা হয়নি যে নির্মূল। সঘনে গরজে প্রলয় অশনি, ভয়ে মরি যেন হায়। ক্ষুদ্র গণ্ডি রচিয়াছি যাহা, তাও বুঝি চলে যায়। I see no shore within my eyeshot, yet my thirst for my goal shall never diminish. Destruction thunder is incessantly roaring in the city of my heart. Alas, even the little world that I claim as my own is disappearing. হিয়া পাখি এগিয়ে চলো, দেখো না আর পিছে, বিশ্ব যাহা দিতে পারে তা যে তুচ্ছ মিছে। Oh, bird of my heart, fly on, look not behind. Whatever the world gives is meaningless, useless, and utterly false. ওই শোনো, ওই ডাকে শ্যামামা, স্বপন সাথী আমার শ্যামামা। আকাশ ডাকে, বাতাস ডাকে, ডাকে শশী তারা, ডাকে আমায় নব অরুণ, ডাকে জ্যোৎস্না ধারা। Hearken, Mother Kali is calling me, the companion of my dream. Mother Kali is calling me. The sky, the wind, the stars, the moon are calling me. The morning sun and the flow of the full moon night are calling me. ও বুঝি খানু যায়, নূপুর দিয়ে পায়, শুনি চরণ ধ্বনি, দূরে উঠিছে রনি। যদি ফিরে তাকায়, রাখাল শুধু যায়। ও বুঝি কানু যায়, নয়নে যেন ধায়, যে পথে কানু রায়। গোধূলি বেলা শেষে, মধুর হাসি হেসে, গোধন নিয়ে যায়। There goes my beloved, my sweet Lord, the anklets ringing on his feet. I hear the music of his flute vibrating through the horizons. If ever my cowherd boy should cast a glance behind him, still he only goes forward. Let my eyes follow the track my beloved treads. In the twilight hour of the day, with a sweet and serene smile, leading the herds of varied light, my cowherd boy goes. ঢেউ ডুবে ঢেউ উঠে ফুল ঝরে ফুল ফুটে নাই শেষ দৈন্য লেশ স্থায়ী কোথা কোথা শেষ কার তরে রোদন কারে করি আবাহন নবভাবে নবরূপে সকলি যে উঠে ফুটে The wave subsides and the wave rises, the flower withers and the flower blossoms. There is no end to human wants and human achievements. Nothing is permanent and nothing is fleeting. Then for whom shall we cry? For what shall we cry? Whom shall we invoke with a new thought, a new form? Everything eventually blossoms. আরো দূরে মাগো তোমার হৃদয়পুরে যাব আমি যাব নীল আকাশে রবি শশী বাজাও প্রাণে আলো বাঁশি নূতন আকাশ নূতন বাতাস জাগায় প্রাণে চিন্তা উদাস দিবানিশি সবার মাঝে তোমায় আমি পাবো মাগো তোমার হৃদয়পুরে যাব আমি যাব Mother, into the city of your heart I shall go, into the farthest city of the beyond. The moon and the sun of the sky are playing their flutes of light within my heart. A new sky, a new air, awake within me boundless thought. All day and night I shall see you, receive you and achieve you in the heart of all. Mother, into the city of your heart I shall go. নাই 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 আমি আর নাই শুধু আছে এক ছায়া সহসা সোনালি আলোর ঝলকে সেও যে হারায় কায়া Nothing that is, I no longer exist, only a shadow, and even that shadow has lost its body form and is transformed by the flash of golden light. বেলা চলে যায় বেলা চলে যায় বেলা কোথা তুমি ওগো জীবনের শেষ খেলা My time is passing away, my time is passing away. Oh, where are you, my life's last game? জাহ্নবী জাহ্নবী বেগে এঁকে যায় মোর রূপান্তরের ছবি ছবি The speed of the fast flowing Ganga, I have been working on my transformation picture. সন্তরে 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 শিশু হাসি রাশি রাশি অন্তরে A child's repeated smiles are swimming and swimming inside my heart, a river. হলো আজি পুতভোর নাহি আর অমাঘোর পুতভোর আমি আজি তাই ডাকে হিয়া মাঝি ভোর ভোর চিরভোর ওই অসীমের দোর Purity day has dawned today I see darkness nowhere. Purity dawn I have become today. Therefore my heart's boatman calls me. Behold, the door of infinity is wide open. বচন মনে রতিতে নিত্য জ্যোতির নদীতে ডুবিছে চিত্ত মোর খুলে গেছে আজ সহস্র আঁখি রুদ্ধ যতেগ দোর Beyond speech and mind into the river of ever-effulgent light my heart dives. Today thousands of doors closed for millennia are opened wide. তরুর নিচে আসলে বসে ছাদেই সে ভালোবেসে সত্য সত্য বড় যে জন ফাঁকি হয় সে পরের কারণ আলোয় ছেড়ে ঋষি যোগী তরুর পায়ে থাকেন হেসে তরুর মতো বাসবো ভালো সবার প্রাণে আলোর দেশে When you sit at the foot of the tree, it shelters us with love. He who is really great gives away all that he has and is all for others, all that he has and is for others. The seers and the yogis leave their homes and go and sit at the foot of the trees. They find the trees their true friends. We must try to love all human beings in the world of light as the tree loves us.
Himlens dag har villkorslöst blivit vigd med jordens natt. Jag växer med mitt hjärtas flod. Jag försvagas med min tankes flod. Bortom dessa floder rinner själens flod och viskar i mina öron sångerna om det eviga nuet. Jag har valt att inte förstå Gud. Jag har valt att inte ens förstå människan. Men tyvärr har jag valt att förstå mitt smarta intellekt. Innan tanken hinner säga att den har något speciellt att ge världen, låt varje dag ditt hjärta säga att det har något speciellt att ta emot från himlen. Världen är helt vilsen mellan din uppenbarade dårskap och din dolda gudomlighet. Månens heliga hjärta föddes ur Guds dolda leende. Solens heliga andning föddes ur Guds öppna dans. Guds ofullbordade dröm förde mig ned. Guds timmen slog. Guds gränslösa verklighet ska lyfta mig upp. Guds timmen ska åter slå.
Born in the land of dreams, he was born in the land of dreams, but now he lives in the core of reality, for he's caught by the golden net of humanity's cry. Morning and evening love. In the morning I love the heavenward wings of my prayer bird. In the evening I love my meditations, life perfecting and earth transforming silence. Beauty born of life, beauty born of life has deepened my love. Beauty born of death has deepened my wisdom. The tears of Mother Earth, the tears of Mother Earth make my life pure. The smiles of Father Heaven make my heart sure. The rising of my soul rainbow, painful yet beautiful, is the sinking of my life boat. Powerful and blessingful is the rising of my soul rainbow. An unconditional marriage Heaven's day has unconditionally married earth's night. The songs of the eternal now, I grow with my heart river, I wane with my mind river. Beyond these two rivers, beyond these two rivers, is my soul river, whispering into my ears the songs of the eternal now. The mind wants to invent, the mind wants to invent a new God. The heart wants to discover the ancient and eternal God. What you did, God wanted you to go to Him untouched. But what you did, you know, you went to God unchanged. I chose not to understand God. I chose not to understand every man. But alas, I chose to understand my clever mind. Accepted by truth, you are accepted by truth. That means you are liberated by God. Philosophy embodies God information. Religion embodies God aspiration. Spirituality embodies God satisfaction. Before your mind tells you, every day before your mind tells you that it has something special to give to the world, let your heart tell you that it has something special to receive from heaven. Completely lost. The world is completely lost between your manifested stupidity and your unmanifested divinity. The sacred heart of the moon, the sacred heart of the moon comes from the secret smile of God. The sacred breath of the sun comes from the open dance of God. Yesterday, I quickly chose God's power to fulfill me. Today, I am quietly choosing God's light to illumine me. the God hour strikes, an unfinished dream of God brought me down. The God hour then struck, an unending reality of God will take me up. The God hour will once again strike.
The heart is giving sweetness to the mind. Many of us in the academic world find this is totally lacking, and I know I speak from all my colleagues when we thank Sri Chinmoy for bringing the heart's message to the Western world of the intellect. And we know we need both the mind and the heart, but unfortunately in the West, the heart's message seems to get lost. And we feel that Sri Chinmoy's message definitely enriches and complements the need we have for our mind and our intellect. I know personally these poems have meant a lot for me, and I'm sure for the people who've been here tonight, who've taken the poems through the 3 languages, you see that each poem does in fact have a life of its own. And we thank again Gunilla Sievert for translating and Sri Chinmoy for writing. Thank you.